Lost in the Highlands, a journey of discovery and fear. I've been living in the Scottish Highlands for almost 3 years now, and when I say north, I mean as far north as you can possibly go. My hometown is a small coastal town that's actually the northernmost town on the British mainland. I'd always dreamed of leaving my gloomy hometown in England behind and starting fresh here. When my dad and his partner told me they'd bought an old house up here, jumped at the chance. The Highlands seemed like the perfect destination: seals and otters in the river, dolphins and orcas in the sea, and the northern lights dancing across the night sky during certain times of the year. But despite my initial excitement, I soon realized that this region was far from the idyllic paradise I'd imagined. In my free time, I loved exploring the coastline around our town. One day, I decided to venture east of town, past an old castle ruin, and onto a cliff trail that wound its way along the eastern coastline. It was 6 months later, during the Christmas season, and I was still reeling from a long-distance breakup. Feeling a sense of closure, I laced up my hiking boots and set out on Boxing Day at 6 a.m. The hike took all day, and by evening, I walked so far that I stumbled upon what I thought was a ghost town. But it turned out to be an abandoned port settlement, complete with old stone houses and the ruins of an ancient round tower, actually a heritage center. Wandered 10 miles outside my hometown, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, I knew I had turned back. As night began to fall, walking along the cliff trail became increasingly treacherous. The tide was rising, and I couldn't risk getting cut off from the trail. So, I turned around and made my way back through the abandoned settlement. That's when things took a dark turn. A van had pulled up with 3 or 4 young men inside. They were burning something in a trash can, but what it was, I didn't know. What I did know was that they were watching me. I felt a chill run down my spine as I quickened my pace, paranoid that they'd follow me. But to my relief, they stayed put, and I managed to escape the ghost town's eerie atmosphere. Little did I know, this wasn't even the creepiest part of my journey.